My name is Casey, and this is the process of my Girl Scout Gold Award project, Literacy Library for Kids. I worked with the 3rd Street Community Center for this project, which has 3 main parts: a lending library inside the center, an honor library box that the kids can access outside, and a year-long reading program. The goal of my project was to combat English illiteracy in the kids of this community center by giving them an interest in reading and better access to books. The first order of business was to run a book drive, which brought us a lot of books, and I mean a lot of books. With the help of volunteers, I labeled the books that were destined for the community center's lending library and brought them in. There were quite a few Spanish and bilingual books in this library so as to better help the children with their English literacy. Besides this shelving unit in the 1st through 3rd grade classroom, there was also another one in the 4th and 5th graders' room with more advanced books. Both libraries have a checkout system that the kids can work themselves. The second part of the project was the library box. I recruited a team of fellow Girl Scouts to volunteer to help me build it, as well as my father, who has extensive woodworking experience. First and foremost, he gave us a safety talk so that we would avoid injury during construction and be able to correctly use the necessary tools. We of course utilized proper eye protection. The box is constructed primarily of wood, with 2 shelves inside for younger kids' books and older kids' books. While the box does protect the books from the elements, it will be kept inside by the community center during unpleasant weather. I painted the front of the box, but since I wanted to incorporate the kids of the community center in the decoration, I drew a total of 58 squares on the outside and had each kid decorate their own. Since there were quite a few extra squares left over, I invited the community center's staff to decorate some, and even did 2 myself. Once the box was brought into the community center, I assigned 2 library stewards to supply it with books and make sure it stays tidy. Since this library is an honor library system and has no official checkout, I gave the community center several boxes of books to restock it in case books aren't returned. In the end, the kids were very excited about the library box and couldn't wait to start borrowing from it. The reading program I ran at the community center followed a basic formula. Once a month, I came into the center with a volunteer and an armful of books and craft supplies, all relating to a central topic. For instance, Valentine's Day or unicorns. First off, my volunteer and I would read the kids books about the topic and then have them do a fun craft about it as well, to get them more interested in the subject matter. Anyone who finished early was encouraged to pick up a book in the reading corner, where there were a few more books about the topic. One of the crafts we did was a thankful pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. And for that one, the kids were able to be a part of the craft design by brainstorming the things they wanted to be thankful for. Since it's important that this project be sustainable, I kept a record of each reading program lesson I presented to the children. I printed out a little booklet of all these lessons and gave it to the community center for future reference. Included in this booklet were detailed craft instructions, lists of books related to the topics, and even a few templates in the back. This way, my reading program will be able to reach the children that go through this community center in the future. In conclusion, this project was able to combat English illiteracy by not only providing greater access to reading material, but also by sparking the kids' interest in reading with fun crafts and storybooks. I had fun and learned a lot about leadership by working on it, and I hope this video has given insight to the importance of community service and the impact my project has had on these kids.